Hello everyone and welcome to Trivia Fever with your host Priyadarshan. So I'm here to do the pre-match review of the match RCB, that's the Royal Challengers Bangalore versus the Kolkata Knight Riders. So the match is going to start at 7:30 and 7 o'clock is the toss time. So before we get into the details of the players and the performances of the teams, I would like to start off with the four questions. So the first two questions are from for the players from the KKR team. So let's see how well you know your players. So here comes question number one. His debut in the international under 19 cricket against England was in August 2017. He smashed 351 runs in 4 innings and grabbed the Man of the Series award. So, which batsman are we talking about? So he is actually the leading run scorer for KKR right now, and he is the young, the talented, the smashing Shubman Gill. So that I don't know whether a lot of you knew about him, but his actual position of playing when he was in the Under 19 World Cup was one down. So he used to play at the position where Virat Kohli plays. But KKR have actually given him the opportunity to open the innings, and I feel that has given him a lot of extra time to get used to the pitch and to get used to all the bowlers, and that's why he's been able to perform so very well. Moving on to our second question. This player has represented two different countries, Ireland and England. He was the first player to slam a century for both the international teams he represented. Name this cricketer that we are talking about. Now I know this question might be a little easier one because there is only one England cricketer who is a part of the KKR side. So we are talking about none other than the captain of the England team, Ian Morgan. So Ian Morgan, we all know, we all have seen how destructive a batsman he can be. I'm not very happy with the way they have been shuffling him up and down the order. I feel given his experience, he should have a fixed role in the team. So let's see how he performs in today's match. And now for the two questions for the players from the team of the Royal Challengers Bangalore. So here comes question number one. The fans started dubbing him by saying, "The beard that's feared." Which cricketer are we referring to? So obviously there is only one player I think in the RCB lineup who has a beard that can be feared, and that's not King Kohli, but it is Moeen Ali. So Moeen Ali was the answer that we were looking for. And our last question, on 17 December 2018, in the Ranji Trophy match against Baroda, this cricketer hit 5 sixes in an over. It was the second time he had scored 5 sixes in an over after doing it against Praveen Tambe in the T20 Mumbai League in March, where he was also named as the player of the tournament. So name this cricketer that we are talking about. So the cricketer that we are talking about is the all-rounder Shivam Dube. So he is actually a pretty talented all-rounder. Hasn't got hasn't been able to showcase his talent, but he is also an important member of the RCB squad because we saw even in the previous match towards the end, he was the one who was giving support to Virat Kohli, and that's why they could at least set a good target and then help their bowlers to keep it under check. So those were our four questions. Now coming to the teams. So let's start off with RCB. So RCB now at the top, I feel finally they have found a good opening pair in terms of Devdutt Padikkal and Aaron Finch. Aaron Finch, I still feel he is a very explosive batsman, but he isn't being able to middle the ball and time it very well. So his contributions have been there, but they have been limited. So let's see whether he can really get going in this match. Whereas when we talk about Devdutt Padikkal, he is such a sweet timer of the ball. He reads the bowler so well, and he knows the field. That is a very important thing. So he will always hit it in those gaps. So we can expect something really good from him. Another really big advantage for RCB, which I feel, is the return of Chris Morris. Because Chris Morris is not only leading their bowling attack at this point, but he's also a batsman. So getting a strong all-rounder in the team is a very, very important thing, and I feel RCB have got that with the return of Chris Morris. Now that being said again, I was a little disappointed when they dropped Dale Steyn out of the team, because you can't ignore a player of his credibility. He can bowl at paces of 140 and 150. He can swing the ball, and he is always destructive. Yes, when he played his initial couple of matches in this IPL, he went for runs, but I feel that he should get another chance in the playing 11. But whereas the person who has replaced him, Isru Udana, my God, what a performer has he been! Like, being the only Sri Lankan player playing in this IPL, he has definitely left a mark, that we got to say. And whereas when we talk about the middle order, so obviously there is AB de Villiers, Mr. 360. You never know how to bowl to him because he will always find an innovative way to hit that ball out of the park. Um, but the middle batting order, I feel, isn't very power packed because they're banking a lot on Washington Sundar and Shivam Dube. It's obvious the fact that they are good batsmen, no doubt about it. They can play the ball, but they are all rounders. They are not out and out batsmen. So I feel another one batsman is required in this squad. And what to say about the wicket taker for RCB, Yuzvendra Chahal? He hasn't disappointed in even a single match, and I feel just because Kohli and Yuzvendra Chahal, since they play for India, and since Kohli is also his captain there, so I feel it's easier for Kohli to get him at the time when it's required. There's a good understanding between them, and I feel that is what has really worked wonders for them. Whereas if we talk about the KKR playing 11, I'm really glad about one thing, that they have stopped sending Sunil Narine to open the innings. Now, there is no doubt Sunil Narine has scored a 50 in 17 balls, and he has contributed to the batting a lot in the opening, and he's really good in the power play, that is there. But what happens is, when he doesn't click, it's a quick loss of a wicket, and then the batsman who comes in, again those two batsmen need a lot of time to build that partnership and get going. So it really impacts the power play, I feel. So I have a feeling that it's really good that they could get a Rahul Tripathi. We all have seen how destructive and how innovative he also is. So I really like this opening duo of Shubman Gill and Rahul Tripathi. But when we come to the middle batting, the middle order, I feel it should be a fixed lineup and not always varying. Bringing in Nitish Rana one down is a great idea because both the openers are right-hand batsmen. So getting in a lefty would really put the opposition into a thought. So bringing in Nitish Rana is a really good idea, but I feel he should slow his innings a little because one of the openers is definitely already got going. So Nitish Rana should try and play the support role for a while before he can get going, not chase it from ball number one. And I have this very strong feeling that Ian Morgan has to come on number 4 for the team. We all saw what Dinesh Karthik did when he came to bat, and yes, but he is a person who can come down the order and do that as well. So I don't think he should promote himself up. He should keep Ian Morgan there because Ian Morgan, I feel he needs about an over to settle in and then start hitting. And another one point of concern today for KKR is going to be the knee injury that Andy Russell got in the previous match. Because not only does he provide for the batting, but he is also one of the bowlers who is good during the death overs especially. So having him in the team would really be required, and I feel that if he doesn't play, then they will have to give a chance. They will have to probably keep Prasidh Krishna, keep Shivam Mavi and Nagarkoti. So have all of them in, reduce a spinner, and try to get Tom Banton in the team because then you're really backing yourself on your batting power. And we all know in the Australian Big Bash how Tom Banton has played. He cleared those Australian parks with a reverse sweep. So he's really talented. He's a really talented player. So I feel if Andre Russell misses out, Tom Banton should be the replacement for him. So apart from that, the most expensive player in the IPL, that is Pat Cummins. Obviously, he has made his presence felt and he's bowling these really beautiful deliveries. So it's really good to see that. And the youngsters in the team, I feel KKR's youngsters have just been too good. Nagarkoti, he's so athletic in the field, the way he bowls, he comes, picks those important wickets. When we're talking about the spin, I'm really impressed with Varun Chakravarti. He's so cool, so calm. He doesn't, get riled up when, the batsman hits him for a 4 or a 6. He makes sure that he has a comeback and he gets the batsman out. That's what happened in the KKR CSK game where Dhoni whacked him for a 4. He was calm. He was patient. The very next ball, he bowls a low turner, and he clean bowled Dhoni. So even though I'm a big Dhoni fan, but I was really a big fan of Varun Chakravarti's temperament at that point of time. And actually, if you go to see, I'll tell you some statistics now. So RCB versus KKR, both of them have gone head to head against each other on 24 occasions. So they've played 24 matches against each other, out of which RCB has won 10 matches and the KKR has won 14 matches. So things are looking a bit more in the favor of KKR right now. Obviously, because I'm a KKR fan, there might be a tad bit of bias here, but let's see. I am more than anything, I'm just looking forward to an interesting match to watch, and hope that will be it. And again, now since this match is being played at Sharjah, that is what I feel makes a hell lot of a difference, because Sharjah is a really tiny ground, and it'll be very nice to see how the batsmen are able to make the most of it, because most of the teams batting first, they whoever wins the toss, I feel, is going to choose to bat first. And whichever teams bat first, they all almost have ended up setting a total of somewhere around 200 runs. So chasing that is again very difficult. So let's see how this match goes. All the best to all the fans out there, and I hope you enjoyed the questions. I will be back tomorrow with the review for tomorrow's match as well. So please stay tuned. Till then, stay safe, take care, and it's IPL time.